All right, good evening, race fans. Scooter's Garage, sgr-performance, coming at you live from the shop. Welcome to another episode. So tonight's about updates and the initial reveal of the big surprise that we've been touting for the past, well, couple of weeks, couple of days. So yeah, got sick around December 12th, December 15th. So that kind of slowed us up, and then of course we had the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and all that, and yeah, so we really got slowed up. But just like we've been telling you, we've got tons and tons of work, guys. We've got so much we can't even keep up with it at times. We've got Mission Apollo, the never-ending Buick. It's rust has rust. We've got Project Woody. Been doing some work on my shop truck. The power window motors went out and things like that. We've got over 20 plus different engine builds at various states, and of course, our Tiger Cub initiative. We've got over 30 different sets of cylinder heads. We've got the Stealth Tiger. The list goes on and on and on. Everybody, we've got a lot of work. So we stay busy. But part of our Tiger Cub initiative, those of you that have been following along for the Pontiac stuff that we do, we specialize in the short deck Pontiacs, the small cubic inch stuff, the 265, the 301, the 326, 350, things like that. And one of the things that we've been looking at, everybody, is we've got what we've dubbed as the Mule, if you've been following us along. And the Mule is a 301 Pontiac that we've done a lot of R&D on. And you may have seen some news articles by Dr. Robert Garcia about it. Seen it on news breaks and various news stations where we cracked 380 horsepower using the 301 top end. Well, one of the things that we have not released yet is we have taken the Mule in naturally aspirated form using the 301 cylinder heads, everybody. We've taken it to 400 horsepower. And yes, we do have the dyno sheets. We've posted the dyno sheets up about when we cracked 300, when we cracked 330, when we cracked 380. We've got the 400 horsepower dyno sheet. But we still think there's more left in it before we go to boost. So, we've got our Mule. We've got everything going on. And we've been looking for a 301, and we came across somebody that, guys, we got to give them a massive shout out. And that's the fine folks at Performance Optimized Systems in Pennsylvania. Guys, amazing. And you'll see here in a minute when I turn the camera around. So we talked to Wayne at Performance Optimized Systems. Said, hey, Wayne, here's what we got going on. We're looking for a 301, blah, blah, blah. Here's what we're trying to do. And Wayne says, no need. I've got just the thing for you. I said, really? So he goes down through what I'm about to show you here. And yeah, this is a piece of jewelry, everybody. This is amazing. So let me climb up in the back of the truck here. And first thing we're going to show you is the skid. So guys, look how thick this lumber is. The skid is just so well put together. And it was tough. I mean, it took us probably 2 to 3 hours to get this guy uncrated and get into where we could see him. And the FedEx driver gave me a form when they dropped it off, FedEx Freight, and he says, here. I said, what's this form for? He says, well, when we were loading it in the truck, it fell off the lift. I said, whoa, what do you mean? I'm thinking, oh, crap. And he goes, oh, no, it didn't fall on the ground. When they loaded it in the truck, in the back of the trailer, they had it tilted too much, and it slid off of the forklift. And so he said it fell maybe a foot, and said that, just in case if it got damaged. Guys, this thing was rock solid. So first off, huge shout out again to the folks at Performance Optimized Systems, or as Wayne says, POS. This thing was like Fort Knox. I can't say enough about it. I mean, it's not budging. It's not going anywhere. So, without further ado, let's turn the camera back around and introduce you guys to the start of Mule 2.0, aka the Mighty Mule. This is a creation of Wayne's at Performance Optimized Systems. As you can see, it's got some short skirt forged flat top pistons. We got the kind of the skinny initially from Wayne. It's got 6.2 inch I-beam Chevrolet rods in it. The crank, the factory crank, has been internally balanced, so it can hold a neutral balance flex plate and a standard Pontiac harmonic balancer. And yeah, I mean, look at this. It is just jewelry, guys. It is fantastic. It is out of sight. We can't wait to get this on the stand, get some heads prepped up for it. So, that leads me to closing remarks. So, first off, massive props, guys, to Wayne and the fine folks at Performance Optimized Systems. The crating, the build, the everything. Oh, and I almost forgot, it's got one more little surprise in it. The water jackets have been concreted up to about the last inch or two, so it's got enough room to pass along the top of the deck and through the cylinder heads, of course. And so you can street drive it a little bit, you can race it, but that's not the point. So the question out there to you in Pontiac land, as we prep this bad boy up, we're going to leave, well, we're going to make our own decision, but we want to hear from the fans and the followers. Do we test, for the top end, now follow me close on this, do we test a box stock 301 top end, meaning the Siamese cylinder heads with the Siamese port intake, 4-barrel of course. We've already kind of tested the 2-barrel to death. We know what it'll do. Just like the 4-barrel in stock form, it's not capable of a whole lot, but you can do a little something with it. But anyway, do we test the box stock 301 cylinder head package? Do we test the current Mule top end package that we have? Now keep in mind, guys, you've seen us post that up before. They've been severely massaged. They flow about 225, 228 CFM at about 400, 500 lift. So, I mean, they're not stellar as compared to like a D port or anything, like a standard port head, but for a 301 head, they're pretty killer. The factory 4-barrel intake, we've also massaged to here and there. Again, thanks to Wayne. Wayne caught something in the intake that we incorporated into the Tiger Cub 1. And finally, do we test, and then we test Tiger Cub 1 intake, or third option, do we test all out, go with a set of like ported 62s, 16s, something like that with a little more CFM and a Tiger Cub 2. So sound off, everybody. Let us know what you want to see. What should we test for the top end? One more time. Do we test the box stock 301 setup and see what happens, see what we can make with it? Do we test the current Mule top end, heavily massaged 301 heads that flow roughly, well, for safety's sake, call it 225 CFM with ported intake, or Tiger Cub 1? Or do we go all out and test ported standard port, like traditional Pontiac heads that flow quite a bit more with a Tiger Cub 2? Give us a like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you'd like to see. And of course, sound off in the comments. What top end package, guys? What do we test first? What do we go here? Let's see how much the Mighty Mule can make. And once again, beyond massive props and a huge shout out to the folks at Performance Optimized Systems. We'll see you next time, everybody.